Hi there, and you're watching NewsBTC TV. I'm joined by Rob from Faceter, and it's all about facial recognition. So tell us, what exactly do you guys do?
We're a computer vision technology company. We started with card scanning, and then this transposed into doing facial recognition. We're the first company that's actually going to be combining facial recognition with fog computing and data mining.
And how will this actually shape the future?
Well, actually huge, because facial recognition has been around for a very long time, but it's not being used for the mass consumer. So because of blockchain, we've got the opportunity to decentralize the technology, and what this essentially means is facial recognition for small homes and general users can be affordable.
Sounds really, really interesting. And tell us, what are the main challenges right now in the industry?
Well, fortunately, like I said, with blockchain, it's actually become a lot simpler in this industry to offer it. However, we're building the platform, so we're in the early stages on which services will be built upon. So basically, the easiest way to understand is what Google did for the internet, we're doing with surveillance. We already got a global coverage of surveillance cameras, and the cameras have got optical zoom that's fantastic, they've got high definition that's fantastic, but they're just dumb devices that are just recording video footage. So they're not responsive, they cannot react to anything. We're putting machine learning in the background, and we've got artificial intelligence that will teach cameras to react to situations. And that's actually very exciting because there are millions of applications that can be built upon the platform that we are busy doing.
Sounds really, really interesting. And I have to ask now, of course, this industry, ICOs, blockchain, it's all really, really fascinating, but it also starting to get quite a bad reputation. And investors, people are really interested, really excited. They really want to know which projects to invest in, but how to avoid the scams.
Yeah, absolutely. You need to do your research, and it's kind of a good thing that it actually happened, because now companies are realizing that, listen, you can't just come up with a great idea and launch your ICO. You need to do your research. You need to get the right advisors, the right legal team, and make sure that you got a product. Us at Faceter, we ensured that we had a working product before we went to the market and said, listen, we want to start an ICO, and this is the next phase of development that we wanted to go into, so people could see our product in action. This is very important because it's not about talking about a dream. Keeping in mind that having the right team members and getting the right reviews is important. Make sure that your white paper is in place and that you've got a solid business plan. And your go-to-market strategy, is there a market there, and would they be interested in your product, is very, very essential. We listed now on the ICObench.com as the number one ICO at the moment, and that's very important because there's advisors go there as well and rate you. So it's great to actually give speeches and to talk to people and to say to them, you can review our white paper, you can download it, you can check our technology on the website, it's a working solution. And these are all little things that also can appeal to an investor. If things weren't there, investors did waste a lot of money on ICOs that weren't worth it. You've got to have an ICO that's in place that's actually worth investing in. And this means that investors have learned that they need to review where they're going to put their money. And this opens up the doors massively for startup companies, which is fantastic because a lot of good is going to come now, because investors are going to take their time to look into what they're putting their money into, which means a lot of startups can actually start revolutionary products that are going to change the world.
Great. And how long did it take you guys to set it all up, like once you came up with the idea? And of course, how much capital do you have to put in before you start the whole funding process?
Well, different ICOs, it can be different amounts. We personally had to fund about $1.2 million into our processes of development. We started with pay cards, which is just a card scanning application, and it was one of the best. It was downloaded over 25,000 times. From there, and that was about 3 years ago, and from there, when we moved over to facial recognition and we were speaking to the team and pulling on guys on board, we realized, hey, we got the expertise for this, and we pulled on some other guys and ICO experts as well, and we realized we can do this, and it's in our reach, so that's what we did. We came together, but a lot of funding is needed for us to go to our next phase. If we don't get that funding, we've got support already. We can do it slower, but we'd like to go to market quicker. And that's where you've got to actually weigh up why you're actually coming to blockchain as well. Our technology supports blockchain, which is very important. Because nowadays you can't just go to blockchain and say, I want to start an ICO because it's hot. It's because I want to raise money. You have to have more than that. You have to have a reason that why it benefits your particular product, which we believe we have.
Rob, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Sounds great, and we will be keeping a close eye on the project.
Please do.
And thanks for watching. Do not go anywhere, as we will be right back. See you very soon.